Mr. Andrew Duncanson. Hello.
Hello.
You know, on every festival you have what we call new names, names that you must discover, find out.
Yeah.
And I think that this year in MOULIN Blues, that you're one of the first.
Well, maybe so.
Maybe so.
I came here with my band Kilbourne Alley 14 years ago.
Oh.
So,
but not on your own name.
But I have played here, but this is on my own name, and that's something new, yeah. So we want to spread the word.
I did some research. You had two bands. The one you named.
And Kilbourne Alley and the Dig 3.
The Dig 3
is a new project.
Yes, the new project. Yes.
That I started with Jerry Hunt and Ronnie Shellis.
First question: how are you? You're in Holland.
I'm pretty good. No more jet lag. I feel good. The set went great.
Yeah. Did you knew the festival before? Because MOULIN Blues is in Holland, in the what we call the lowlands, because Belgium and Holland, they're very flat.
Right.
And it's the first festival. It starts the festival season.
That makes sense. First part of May. Yeah. No, I know the fest. I played here, and I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And it was a pleasure to do the set.
Yeah. So when you came back, what were your expectations? What was in your mind? I was here before, and
no, I think,
and this time on your own name.
Yeah. Just a different. It's a whole different group of musicians, and so. And brand new songs. Yeah. That's very important. The new album. We're promoting, and we did a lot of songs from the new album.
The California Trap.
California Trap.
Yeah. About the album, we do it later on. Okay. Just is it your only festival here? You have to go back to.
Yeah, I have to go back Sunday.
Yeah.
And then I come back in 2 weeks to Basel, Switzerland, and play a club for a whole weekend.
I did some homework. I go to my computer and I put in on the Google site your name, and then what did I find out? You're from Illinois.
Illinois.
Yeah. You're a singer, a songwriter, a guitarist. First question: why did you want to become a musician? Was it because of your environment, somebody that inspires you? I don't know.
I wanted to become a musician to play blues music on the guitar.
Yeah.
When I was about 11 or 12, my father had some blues tapes, and so I really gravitated towards blues music, and so when I was like 14 years old, I started asking, "Hey, please, can I have guitar lessons?" And so and my mother had a guitar that no one in the house played up in the closet, and I would get the guitar down and try to make some noises with it. But I got guitar lessons. I started playing when I was 14 or 15, and by the time I was 17, I'd started a band.
Yeah. Do you think that you're destined to become a musician?
I don't think about that word destiny very much, but that might apply to me. Yeah.
But what you play tonight, you're talking about the blues. You play more than the blues. Yeah.
More than the blues.
I think more than blues.
Yeah.
You play a wonderful Chicago blues, but you play more.
Yeah.
You play to take the public with your music. Like you mentioned, you are a member of the Kilbourne Alley Blues Band.
Yep.
The Dig 3, but why did you want to go solo? Was it something that you missed, or
doing
a challenge?
It was just doing a solo record was an opportunity that happened. After when COVID came around, things slowed down, and I had this batch of songs that I'd written, and recently connected with Michael Pellegrin, who lived in California, lived in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And me and him had talked on the blues cruise, the one that goes down to the Caribbean in 2019. And he said, hey man, you ought to come out to California and make a record with me. And I started bugging him. I'd call him and text him and say, when are we going to do that record? So then eventually,
more than 5 years later.
Eventually in 2022.
Oh, 22.
That's when we recorded all this music. This music is finally coming out. It took a while to get the business together.
So you went to the studio, you had your own songs.
Yeah.
And you named your album California Trap.
Yes.
Can you tell us why you choose that title?
Well, that's one of the songs.
Yes.
One of the songs is called California Trap, just to kind of an imagination of a guy who goes to California for the weather and leaves his sweet girl back in Illinois. You know, that's kind of the idea of the song. And it was a very strong blues song from the album, and the whole kind of idea is that I'm from Illinois and we recorded in San Jose, California.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of it all came together.
Yeah.
To call it that, and you know, I think the name works and it fits. It's a good song.
What's the name? Mike, what's the name?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's what's in the music.
You recorded almost original songs.
Right.
Only, I think, 2.
We did This Land Is Your Land, like a funky Sharon Jones and the Dap King.
Why did you choose that great song?
Michael's idea, and I think it's always timely and important.
It's so
doesn't matter what decade you're in.
Yeah.
This land is our land is. It's very important to all countries, and people should.
But you transformed it. You did it your own way.
Right.
It's very nice song.
Thank you. And we did that one, and then the song "It's a Pleasure." That was the other cover song by Mike Shermer.
The second song, yes.
Yeah.
It's called "It's a Pleasure." Yes.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, and that's really cool. We had the gospel group, the Sons of the Soul Survivors, added their talents to it, as well as what Kid was doing, and Michael played some really pretty harmonica on it.
But we have to know that you did the recordings in San Jose, Texas.
California.
Yeah, in California. Am I wrong? You don't record it with, you recorded in California?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm wrong.
No, that's okay. Yeah, no, it's San Jose, California.
Yeah, okay.
Just south of San Francisco.
Yeah. Can you tell us something about the band who was with you
on the recording?
Yeah, when you were recording.
Kid Anderson was the producer. You guys, well, obviously
he's famous.
Kid Anderson. So yeah, he was the producer. He played a lot of guitar. He played some bass. He played some keyboards. He arranged a lot of the harmonies that went on to it. He's a very special musician and a great record producer.
I think so.
He deserves all the credit that he gets. And so Kid, and then the drummer, Derek Demar Martin.
Yeah, he's also a famous one.
He's very famous, and Demar is such a beautiful professional person to be with in the studio, and he's got such great energy. He's very positive. He's just a great human being, and one of the best drummers on the planet. So
on the keys, I think
Jim Pugh. Yep. Jim Pugh plays on on about 4 or 5 of the songs, and then a guy by the name of Baxter Robertson plays keyboard. And, oh man, he's really brilliant too, and a great singer and songwriter as well. So then we had I can't name all the horn guys.
Oh, no.
That's more Michael's territory.
Yeah.
And we had some great singers that came in and put parts on it. So So yeah, and so I think that's about the main.
You did your show here tonight with the Mears, with the family of
Aircon.
the Erkan family.
Yeah.
You're happy
Ospel.
with that? I think so.
What's that?
You are happy to do the show with them?
Yeah, I'd play with those guys every day. They're awesome.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
We see them often
Yeah, dude.
because we live in Belgium, so we live in here in Europe. But they're a good band.
Yeah.
I can say that.
They're great musicians.
Can you give us some reasons why people must buy your album? I give you free
I
promotion
need
time.
money.
Yeah. I give you free promotion.
Good reason.
You can do promotion for your own CD, for your own album.
Please buy the album. No, I mean it's I just think my whole thing is to it need as many ears as possible. It was a labor of love. These songs come from inside of me, and we interpreted them from the band in California, and it was a magical musical moment that happened there. And I think that I just would like as many ears to hear them as humanly possible. And I'm realistic about it's not going to be a million or two, but if we can get 100,000, if we can get a lot people listening to it, whether they stream it, whether they listen to it on YouTube or buy it, that's all I care about. It's a labor of love, and it needs to be heard.
Do you still believe in albums or in vinyl? Do you think that you must do that on
Absolutely,
vinyl?
yeah. It helps with gas money, but it's not like it used to be. I used to come to a thing like this, and I would sell 40 CDs. I sold 10 today. So that's a serious difference in income for the band and the musicians.
I understand.
And that's never gonna go back. I don't really listen to much CDs myself. I have a couple CD players, but and the vinyl thing, that's very expensive to make, and so not everybody can produce those. You have to be financially set up, and we are working on getting that done. Somebody here in Europe might be taking over some of that, and if we can put together some money of our own and make some, we'll be glad to carry around a few vinyls. Yeah.
Okay. I have some general questions, to finish.
Man, it's hot in here.
I think everybody has items on his want to do list. People call it the bucket list, or
Yeah. Bucket list of
do you
what?
have also a bucket list of things that you want to do as a musician that you have in your head that you said once when we are old enough, or
No. I like to be lucky enough to write a few more songs. That's a lot of labor goes into that, and it takes time. People think maybe just songs come out of nowhere. No, you have to have the time to do it. And I've been lucky enough in my life to have time to set aside to do artistic things like write songs and arrange things and work with good musicians. But it's not a guarantee for any of us to have the time, the health, whatever, to be able to record. I've been blessed in the last few years to record and release 4 albums in the last 3 years. 2 Dig 3 albums, 1 Kilburn Alley album, and this California Trap album. That's a lot. That is really cool, and I'm blessed to be able to do that. I have a couple different albums already done, and I'm looking forward to maybe making another 1 or 2. But so musically, that would be great to be able to still be in a creative space. But like I said, there's no guarantee. I don't really have any I've met a lot of my heroes in the blues, and I've got to play with the people I wanted to. I'm very lucky.
Yeah. How long are you a musician?
Pardon me?
How many years are you playing as a musician?
25.
if you could do it over again, you would do it?
Would I do it over again?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Why? Because it's your.
Yeah, it's my passion. I've got to do what I wanted to do on my own terms. Who gets to say that? No one.
I have a last question,
Yeah.
Michael. What have you learned about? Sorry, Andrew.
It's okay.
Andrew. Too many names today. Last question. What have you learned, Andrew, about yourself by being a musician?
I don't know. I guess finally, after a long time, I learned that like I was just talking about, making albums, being creative. The creative work is actually the pay.
Yeah.
It's not getting the glory at a festival or doing this. It's the ability to be creative and create the art. That's the actual payoff.
Yeah.
It's not the big money at a gig or So I took a long time, but I learned that about myself. That's where I find that is most valuable to me.
Mr. Andrew Duncanson, we were very happy to have you here on
It was
the
very
MOULIN
nice
festival.
to talk to you guys in this hot room.
That you were here on your show. It was great.
Thank you.
That were my questions, and thank you again for your what we call your roots time.
All right, Roots time. You guys have a great day.
Thank you.